Black Rose, R&B singer and rapper from Harlem.
The symbol. Yeah, I've been making music my entire life. Well, started writing rhymes when I was just at 6 years old. I was in elementary school.
My family owns a church, so we were kind of musically inclined, since we were children. It just so happened that I took to the singing due to being in school, trying to impress a girl. You know, Boys to Men had just released their album, and in high school, in junior high school, it was a girl that I was interested in, and I just I wanted to impress her. So I learned the songs, and I came to school, and during recess, I tried to get my crooning on, and the funny thing, she was a singer too, so it was kind of awesome. My father was a singer, my mother was a singer, grandma was a singer.
But I had a project for school in elementary school where the teacher asked us to do something creative about some project that we gave. And a lot of people wrote poems, some people drew pictures. And I was with my uncle and with my pops, and they were like, yo, write a rhyme. So anyway, I did it, went to school, performed it. The teacher took me from class to class, just kind of like performing in front of people. And then as I grew, it just became like a major thing for me. Going through like middle school, high school, I'm like selling mixtapes out my locker, like doing that whole kind of thing. Then graduating, and then it's like, okay, well, my parents have split, and my mom is like, okay, well, shouldn't you do the college thing, or shouldn't you do this? And I always just wanted to kind of impact my community, and I saw art as a way of doing that. And she didn't really get it, but my mom always tried to be supportive. Like, she would just show up at events, and she was always one to kind of share things right away.
I know how the game went. If you're gonna record, you gotta record in the best. In order to record in the best, you gotta stack the money. And the quote the late Nipsey Hussle, man, if you ain't working, you taking up air. I started saving my money, you understand? So if you go to Quad Studio, they have three different booths. One for $75, and then the $100 booth is the master engineer room. It comes with an engineer room, the booth, and then a private little office. So sessions, $400, minimum 4 hours. So I would pay for 8 hours. That's $800. Make sure I got my food money, my little liquor money, and I go in the studio and handle what I had to handle.
I think we live in a time in day and age where there's just everybody has access, right? So because of technology, because of social media, because of all those things, you can make anything, videos, music, whatever, have a whole business out of your bedroom. And so because of that, you're kind of competing with so many more people, and that makes things difficult. Finding myself in the process has been a difficulty, and then being able to kind of live off of that's been a difficulty. But yeah, I think we're kind of in a spot now where things are growing, so.
Real Harlem life, the streets can't lie. The streets were there. That's kind of what influenced a lot of my music, as far as some of the songs I have, like Pain in My Life. It kind of talks about, my little struggle, things that I went through, things that I saw. So, it wasn't your typical love ballads, like Luther Vandross or Al Green. It was more so about, what was going on at the time. Incarceration, a lot of drugs, single parent homes, drugs in the home, not really having an outlet,
And within all this noise, to give people something of value that isn't just about hype, that's been a difficulty. And obviously, especially first starting, you don't really get paid for things. You're really just trying to create a buzz, create a name. All right, so creating a song, man, it kind of comes from anywhere.
Sometimes it might be, if the beat is hot, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the beats that you get actually can formulate the words for you.
For me, it's very much like a concept. So I'm watching a movie, I'm having a conversation with a friend, and there's one line, there's one phrase, there's one word will just kind of stick out to me, kind of you know, if I was to think about it like an animation was drawn, like you would see just like my brain kind of gets distracted from what's going around in the room.
Urban as well. So here we go with Black Rose. Everybody, please give them a round of applause. Let's show that energy. All right, round of applause. Let's show support for all the artists that come up here. That's what it's all about.
Oh man, that was the dopest shit ever. My first time on stage, it was just like, I killed it. Because what I did, I came up with my own introduction. I pull up, you know, hand me the mic, I'm gonna introduce myself. And it's
you're now rocking out with the best. I'm holding for real.
well, I own an art company, Soul Artistic Trends, art company here in Harlem. You know, I live the arts. The arts is what I live. You know, music, visual artistry. That's me. And you know, we just let the art flow.
And then I think now where I'm in a space where it's like, well, everything that I do with music and ministry and activism and stuff like that is literally my full time, how I provide for myself and my family and stuff.
So, you know, when I'm not singing, I'm still creating. You understand?
At 17, she was pregnant and my wireless broke. Still, to this day, I'm impatient as ever. I approach each sacrament like, Lord, I'm yours forever. There's absolutely no way to overcome alone the instigating passions in my agonizing soul. So I lift my hands to the sky.